Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you guys? Come on into the craft room. I have some fun stuff that I'm going to share with you today. Tell me hello when you hop on. If it is a replay, go ahead and put replay in the comments because I would love to be able to tell you hello. It's Wednesday. This is a day where we're going to start calling. So we've been going live on Wednesday evenings for a really long time now. Every Wednesday evening, we're live. Let me open up comments. We are on Facebook and YouTube. Let me say that. And we are going to be crafting. So I will have the overhead shot of what I'm working on. Okay. So stick with me. I got some fun stuff to show you. Um, so we always are live on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Time. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be your midweek pause. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., I want you to commit an hour to yourself. If you follow this page, then you enjoy the content here. If you aren't a follower of the page and you think you would enjoy the content here, come and join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And that is going to be our midweek pause. That is going to be the time that we just kind of take a breather and then get through the rest of the week and then the weekend. Okay. So it's going to be called our midweek pause. That is what we are doing tonight. We are taking a pause in the chaos that goes on around us every day of our lives, every single one of us. And we're going to just pause and we're going to lean in to conversations, creativity, faith. That's what we're going to do. Okay. This is your midweek pause. So put it on a calendar, set an alarm on your phone for every Wednesday night to for the alarm to go off to join us here in 5 minutes. Set it for 6:55 because I don't know about you, but if I need to do something at 7 o'clock and I set my phone for 6:30 to remind me 30 minutes before because I think I really need to know that much early, I end up hitting okay, I'll remember, and then I forget about it in 30 minutes still. So I am the girl that needs that 5 minute reminder as long as I have to be somewhere, because obviously I'm probably gonna need a 30-minute reminder if I have to be somewhere. Um, but yes, set your alarms. Our subscription box, our VIP ladies, our dream makers, um, their new kit for the month is being mailed on next Wednesday or next Thursday on the 14th. Can we believe it? That means we are going to craft this little cutie together with you. Um, this is what we're crafting this month. He is so stinking cute. And I'm actually going to open a box so you guys know what it looks like. So you guys know what you're getting. Deb is in our DreamMakers group. So she knows what she gets every month. And she can tell you she's been a dream maker from almost the beginning, since the beginning. This is what your box is going to come like. Okay. I'm going to scoot you out just a little bit more so you can see what's going on here. How about that? I'm just not going to be able to reach my computer. All right. All right. Here's the beautiful box that you're going to get in the mail. You're always going to know, as long as, I can get the boxes. I'm trying to make the boxes cuter and cuter all the time, but this one is definitely going to be seen when it shows up at your door. Hello, Bobby. Bobby is in the DreamMakers group. Angel's in the DreamMakers group. So we have lots of people. I'm going to do the overhead opening. Let's do that. Let's do that. Ooh wee. Now you can really see what's in the box. Yes, I love it. I love it. All right. Now I can bring you all back. Hold on. We are kind of a hot mess here most days. Just FYI. But who isn't in this life? Just had to ban someone over on YouTube. Gotta love it. All right. So what we were talking about are dream makers. If you are a dream maker, if you're not a dream maker yet, you can comment DDM and I will send you the info. This is the cutie that we're making this month. He is so adorable, but you might be getting some different supplies. And so I'm going to show you what is going to be in the box. And you're going to see the extras that I send. You're going to see exactly what is a peek inside the box that they're going to get mailed next Thursday. Thursday the 14th is when they're getting mailed. All right. And then I'm going to show you that in a minute too. And then craft a little pumpkin. All right. Here it is. Looky there. Beautiful box. Let's open it up. So when you first open your box, you're going to have shred in here. Angel, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I usually don't I'll chat with you guys about that in the DreamMakers. How about that? Because I'll add the extra link for you to buy one. Um, all right. Here's your cute box. You're gonna get shred in this, okay? Shred's gonna be a different color all the time, so you don't ever know what color it's gonna be. Just something fun. I love shred. There are people that absolutely hate it in the subscription box industry. They're like, it's a nightmare. Anyway, so you're going to get a little note. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you this month. Okay. There's nothing, but this is kind of what we talk about inside the DreamMakers group. So it says, hey, beautiful Dreammaker, there's something extra special about this month's project. And not just because this little owl is adorable, though, let's be honest, he totally is. Owls carry so much symbolism, and I couldn't help but reflect on two things that they can teach us as we craft. First, they remind us to pause and listen. In a noisy world full of distractions and to do lists, owls invite us into the quiet. You guys, our Wednesday nights here is your midweek pause. That time to just dig in into the quiet and to just focus it, let everything on the outside go. Okay. um into stillness where we can hear from God and reconnect with ourselves. That kind of wisdom isn't rushed, it is received. Second, owls are known for their ability to see in the dark. They're navigators of the unknown, and I know some of us are walking through hard or uncertain seasons right now. But like the owl, you're learning to trust what you can't see, knowing that God is guiding you every step of the way. As you paint this piece, let it be more than a decoration. Let it be a reminder you are wise, seen, held, and never walking alone. And then I say, join me August 20th because that's when we do we put our subscription boxes together. So you're always going to get a note from me. It's going to be a note from me that is just talking to you about the box a little bit and um, what is on my heart to share with you with whatever we are creating. Okay, there is always symbolism, already meaning behind everything that I'm sharing with you guys. Angel already bought the special paint. Y'all, look at that. Um, Let me show you what you're getting in this box. Some months you get paint, some months you don't. Okay. I used to send paint all the time. But then you're just amassing a lot of paint because I would send a 2-ounce bottle. So now I may send you a bottle of paint. I may send you a bottle of Mod Podge. It's just going to depend on the project. Okay. But then on this one, I let you know what paint colors I use because when I do it live, I'm going to do it completely different. So you can see the two differences and kind of take something that I'm teaching you from either one and make your own. Okay. I just think he's adorable. Anyway, so you are going to find a bag inside your box this month. And what that's going to include, there is going to be a little button inside. Okay. So you're going to have a little button. Make sure you don't lose it. And then I have both of these out right now, but you're only going to get one of these. So you're either going to get the polka dot or you're going to get this green color. Okay. You're going to get the polka dot or you're going to get the green. And that is for his little bow. Okay. Green is going to match. I mean, I think anybody could say this is a beautiful green color if you get this. And this is what I'm going to be using to create the next one. So you're going to get one of these. Oh, Sandy's excited to do this one. I am excited to do this one. Okay, so here is another thing that you get inside your subscription box is a canvas. This is a 4x6 canvas. And each month I am teaching you something to do on this canvas. This month it was super easy. We took a napkin and Mod Podged on it. I shared it here on the main page. You guys have to see it. It was beautiful. But in last month we painted a little bluebird. It was so cute. So you get a special tutorial with me of a mini painting like this. Okay. And when I talked about the napkin, we used a napkin last month. So you usually are going to get 2 napkins. Maybe sometimes I'll throw a third in there, but you're always going to get 2 napkins. And they are going to be very similar or somehow coordinate with your box. Okay. So we have owls. These are so cute. Look at this one. This one is absolutely gorgeous. So you can do whatever you want with this. And you guys, we give Happy Meal away in there, and I'm gonna start instituting anybody that um does a project with their napkin in that same month, you're going to get in the drawing for some Happy Meal too. So this one is so pretty. I just loved the colors. I loved the blue background of it. I'm a bright color girl. I always love the bright things. Sheila, these are not shipping until next Thursday. Okay, these are not shipping until next Thursday. So for all of you ladies who aren't secured to get this box, comment DDM and I'll send you the link and you can look at all the details of how to join us. Joanna says every month I can't wait to get my box. I love it. Deborah says she likes the owls. They are so cute. Um, and we got a little butterfly on there. Can you see a little butterfly? I love it. And then this one. This one is absolutely adorable. I'm going to tell you guys that it was hard to find owl napkins that were cute. Most of them were like hunting style, which would have been totally fine, but it was like real photographed owls in nature. And I didn't want that. I wanted something more whimsical, and this is just gorgeous. And so this one I just thought was fun. And what I think we're going to do with this one, actually, we're going to probably do several things with this one. But look, you could Mod Podge this little piece onto your canvas, do some hand lettering above it. So many things that you can do with this. And so I'm going to be excited to do something with that one. All right. What else are you going to get? I have 2 papers here. I have 2 papers here, but I have a lot of papers here. Let me just do this. You are going to get 1 paper. Okay. This is the paper that I Mod Podged on the little wings, okay? That's paper that I used, and someone's gonna get that paper. But there is gorgeous plaid, there's this one, and then there's this one. You may get one of these, okay? And this is just the plaid set. They're all gonna be mixed up, and there's more like that as well. But you guys, look out this plaid. That one is pretty. That one's pretty. I may use something like that. Ooh, if I use this one with the green ribbon, that would be so cute. Look at all these. I think this might be a couple different bundles here. But then you might get one of these. Check these out. So this is the pack that those came from. I did put these packs. If you are in the DreamMakers group, I did link them to my Amazon, and I can post that here on the main page too. It's in the Amazon link. Because these are gorgeous. You're gonna want these, even if because you're gonna get one in your box, one of something. But if you want more, they're gorgeous. Here's the first one. And look at this, you guys. So cute. Can you picture using these on the owls? Absolutely love them. So you're going to get, here's the one that I used. You're going to get 1 paper in your box. And it's for you to be creative with. Okay. It's for you to be creative with. I'll pick which one I'm going to do later. Mod Podge. You're going to get a bottle of Mod Podge this month, okay? I haven't sent Mod Podge in a while. So you're going to get a bottle of Mod Podge this month because we're going to be Mod Podging the paper on if you choose to do that. Some ladies choose to go rogue and go completely a different way, which I love seeing. So either way, you're going to get a bottle of Mod Podge so you have some more in your stash because there's plenty to use here for probably 100 projects, depending on what you're doing. And then this is your kit. It is all bundled up together neatly. Sometimes you may have small pieces in a bag, but you have the main bundle of the cutie that we're going to do. Okay. I'm so excited to do this with you guys. Bobby says, I love your owl, but I am seeing inspiration in the bright colored napkin. How fun would that be? That would be a great idea. I didn't even think about using the napkins on there, but that would be such a good idea. I love that idea. I might have to do some thinking on that one. Maybe I'm going to go a totally different way. So, that is what our subscription box looks like this month. Okay. You are going to get this box of cuteness and your ribbon, your buttons, all the things, and then one of these. Okay. I would love for you guys to come join us. Going off the road is the best, right? I love you. All right. That's that. That's that. So come join us. Comment DDM. I'll send you the link. There are a couple options there for you. So what else? Here's the you want to see what we actually did inside the VIP group today? Check this out. I'm going to walk you through this, okay? Because I kind of want to show you the progression of things. So let me do that. Let me zoom out just a little bit because I want to kind of show you the progression of things here. So the anemone was the first flower that we started. We are doing a flower series inside our DreamMakers group. And every morning or every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., I go live in there and we learn a new flower. We're working through a book that came from Amazon. Okay. But we're working on every flower. The book is acrylic painting. And I thought it would be fun to do it in different mediums. So when we started with the colored pencil. So we're doing every flower in the colored pencil. This was acrylic marker, and then this was acrylic paint with a brush. Okay, so that's how we started. We have since added a bunch. Um, so here's a little bit of line work, and here's line work, and we added that last week. And then this week we added watercolor. So we're actually doing 5 different mediums on each flower now versus when we just started, it was the 3. I love how it just always comes together and we have the ability we can add new things to it. I mean, just because we're learning flowers and we started with 3 doesn't mean we have to stick with that. We're doing 5 now, so I love the ease of the group for that. You guys are the best community, I tell you. And so then we did Black Eyed Susan. Okay, the thing is, and this is a camellia. I've learned so much about I've been painting for a long time. However, I am no professional, but I have been painting for a long time, but I've learned so much through doing this process. And so that's one of the things that I want to encourage you, whether you're inside the DreamMakers group or not, is to take that time for yourself to nurture your creativity, whatever that looks like. Maybe your creativity doesn't look like painting. Maybe it looks like photography, or maybe your creativity looks like sewing, or maybe your creativity looks like baking. Maybe your creativity looks like gardening. Okay, whatever it looks like, I want to make sure that you are nurturing that creative side of you because you guys, we are called to do that. Okay, we were created by our creator. He was a creator. We were created in his image. It means we are creators. Okay, and so often we just let that go to the side and we don't nurture it. It's a lot. We got a lot of things that we have to nurture in this world, but that is one of them that you need to add to your list. Anyway, I have learned so much about myself. This was the cone flower, and this was the Cosmo. Oh my goodness, this was when we started adding the line work. This is the daffodil. Now, this one was a little bit difficult for me because I just didn't really like it. I usually have a favorite, like, and I guess, see, I don't know. I just don't love the daffodil. I love the daffodil flower, but again, I learned something through that. But here's the thing, the more I try to paint a daffodil, the more I'm going to like it because the more it's going to morph into my style. Your style is going to just be nurtured more and more by practicing and doing. People are like, "How do you do that so well?" Well, it's by practicing. You know, next year I may be painting something and I'm going to be able to recall how I painted the inside or the petals of that daffodil or whatever. Okay? So it just blends seamlessly together. Sheila says the subscription group is the best. I agree. I agree. I absolutely love it. It is one of the joys of my life. The dahlia we did last week. How fun was that? Again, we had 4 different mediums this time. And then today we did the dogwood. Look how much funner I got on this than I did on this. So today we did the dogwood and we did the colored pencil. And then we did the paint marker, which I really liked. And this was acrylic paint, which I love. And this was the watercolor that we did. So, and then there's some just doodles in there and the line work. Check it out, you guys. How much fun is this? I practiced 4, 5, because these weren't really anything. I was just doodling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I practiced 5 dogwoods on here and we made it cute. We made it cute. So that, look at the beginning. The first day that we started, I want you to see the progression. I want you to understand the progression that's going. This was not here when I did it the first time. Okay, I'm putting the meaning with each flower now. This was not here. I went back and added that. The first time I did these 3 and then walked away from that white paper. And then I came back the second week and I did these 3. Well, I did these 4 and I walked away from the paper. But each time that I have come back, we've added something more and more. Okay, because you're learning. When you are creative, your creative juices get more creativer. Is that a thing? I've heard people say, I'm not creative. Well, it's because you're not nurturing it. We are all creative. And that is a progression of what, 5, 6 weeks that we've done every Wednesday. And you can see the progression of how you're growing in that process. There's some people in here that are in the DreamMakers group right now that are doing it with us. So y'all want to craft something? We are going to craft this cutie. Let me zoom in the camera a little bit more so you can see the cuteness. I love this. I love this. It's a little owl and a pumpkin. Now, you're going to see a lot of owls this month. Okay. We talked about wisdom and how they can see in the dark. So much good stuff. And we're going to dig into that. But this is in the shop. Who has one of these? These have been in the shop for a couple weeks. And I was sharing earlier in the VIP group, they were like, oh my gosh, is that in the shop? I haven't seen it. Yes, in the shop. It is so cute. Thank you, Carmela. It's been a while since I've seen you, my friend. It is so good to see you back. Getting ready to go back to work where I like to be creative when teaching in special education. I love that. I love that. All right. So what I'm thinking, this is another scrapbook paper that I got um from Amazon and I love it. So, but now that I'm thinking about it, hold on. Let me look at these real quick. Oh, that's so gorgeous too. All right, I think I have an idea. So I was gonna put scrapbook paper on his wings here, but I also wanted to scrapbook paper the base, okay, or the pumpkin, this part of the pumpkin. So I think I know what I'm gonna use. Look at this. Do you see that flower right there? Look, we could Mod Podge our pumpkin right on that flower, and that would be a beautiful. We're doing that. Okay, that's our pumpkin page. Hold on, that's our pumpkin page. If you want this book, it is on Amazon. If you comment Daisy Love, it's going to send you to my links, and you can click the Amazon storefront there. All right, so now we have these little wings. Let's move some of this out of the way for now. Maybe I should zoom back out a little bit. Can you all see everything okay? Let's zoom back out just a little bit here. So we're not so scrunched. That's better. That's looking much better. You're doing the flowers, you just haven't started, oh, you just haven't shared. Benita, you're you've returned to Indiana. Yay! I'm so glad that you are back. Okay. So we know our pumpkin's gonna be pink. And I think I'm gonna add some darker color to it. This is really slick scrapbook paper. So we need something that is going to, unless we find an orange flower that we could do on the pumpkin. That would be pretty. Ooh, what about that? Would the pumpkin fit on that? Ooh, that would be gorgeous. We might be able to do that. It'd be pretty tight. No, I don't think it's going to work. I'm thinking something along the lines of these for the owl's wings. What do you think? The Oh Holy Night napkin was in the VIP box for last month. Yep, it was in the VIP box last month. And I don't think I could have any more. Oh, you mean where did I get it? You can find those on Amazon as well. All right, I think we're doing the pink. Oh, this is gonna look so cute, you guys. I can already picture it. Okay, so actually, let's use these. Let's just use this paper. How about that? Although I love, okay, so picture this, picture this, picture this. Hold on, y'all can help me. Let's see. We're just gonna cut this flower out because I know we're using it. And hopefully I didn't cut it too little. Nope, I didn't. That's going to be Mod Podge on here. So picture this. Okay, this is the pumpkin. So then, should we use like these darker ones for his wings or the lighter ones? I'm thinking the lighter ones. I think we should just do the lighter ones for sure. The owl reminds me of trusting what God has for you, even though it may be hard to see, hard to see. Man, that is the wisdom. Wisdom comes in the waiting. Yes. Trusting that God, I'm going to be honest, you guys, that has always been a hard one for me. And that has been, you know, so I picked the owl to do for the VIP box. Okay. I was like, we're going to do owls. We're going to work on owls. We're going to dig into what that looks like. And I've already learned so much about myself through this process. It's amazing how God does that. But wisdom is in the waiting, and that's very hard. I'm always like, come on, God, this is the timeline we should be on. What are you waiting? What are you still trailing behind for? I get that swapped a lot. And I admit that where I'm like, all right, come on, I'm gonna take the reins, come with me, because I think my path is better than anything he's ever planned. But it's not. It's not. And he's definitely proven that. Definitely. All right, so let's Mod Podge these on and then let's paint this cutie. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. How's everybody doing? And I'm going to go ahead and plug my iron in. And I'm just going to iron these down versus dealing with the wet Mod Podge. It's just my favorite way to do it. Let's see. So this doesn't even matter. It's like the same on both sides. Awesome. Well, that makes it easier, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to paint all of these. Just put a good coat of Mod Podge on it, let it dry, and then we'll iron and sand down and all that. And then we need to pick some colors because we have all of these flowers here that we can use to embellish this. That's going to be the fun part. And we might actually use paint pens on that. That'll probably be the easiest. It's going to be the cleanest. That's for sure. Or maybe just for me. I'm a messy crafter. Anybody else? I'm a messy crafter. You should not see what's around the camera. It's a mess. It's a mess. All right, there's that one. And now we'll do our wings. This piece is in the shop. If you want this, he's $14. If you want him, you can comment sold space 1371 and it will send you the link to it and you can zoom in on him, all those little flowers and see him up close. But he's adorable. All right. Let's let those dry for just a hot second. Actually, let's dry them and put that way we can turn our iron off. No, don't go anywhere. Uh-oh, I just blew my paper rolling. Oh, hold on. If my room wasn't such a mess, then I would probably have seen it on the floor there. A messy artist crafter? That's me, my friend. That is me for sure. All right. So the only thing that may be just a little bit of a doozy, not really a doozy, but we're gonna have to sand down all these little spots here, and that might be um I have a smaller thing to actually do that with. Let's put these like this. We're gonna leave a space between them so it's easy to cut. You worked on your candlesticks today. Yay! Let's do it like this with the dark part down at the bottom. Let's go. Let's do this. With your husband's health, trusting and faith is what gets, yes. There isn't anything else you can do. Right. All right. Let's do his wings real quick, and then we'll put this up. So let's see. I think I want this wing and this wing. I wonder if it's mirrored on that side. Yes, it's the same. Let's just cut it off here. Ooh, that's a pretty daisy though. We're gonna cut around that daisy because I like it. Or we have another one, I guess. It's fine. And then this one is gonna go right here. Y'all, this paper is gorgeous. It's amazing creativity. It's not a mess. A cement slab of back porches. That's fun. All right, so we're gonna put that right here and we're gonna iron that one on there. And then this one, we're gonna do just like there. Put these on, let's iron these, and then we'll sand them off and see how cute they are. So we're gonna do the owl a light brown color, I think. I think it'll just kind of go with the softness that I have of these colors here. All right. Let's see. This scrapbook paper is pretty thin. I mean, not super thin, but let's do a 120 through it. Good evening, Sharon. How are you? These colors remind me of like shabby chic. Look how cute that's gonna be. Can you see? Well, this is gonna look so cute. There you go. Those look so good on there. I love those. We are gonna save that flower though. All right, so let's cut these apart and then sand those. And it's kind of hard to get around that curve there. Let's just go this way then. There we go. Ooh, a gray owl is a good idea. Oh no. Hold on, we need a Mod Podge. I ripped it. Well, we can fix it. Wasn't Mod Podge down very well. That's all right. It's fixable. All right, we're gonna let that sit there just for a minute. Dry. Let's do this. Are there? There are gray owls, aren't there? I think there are. I don't know that I've ever seen one though. Like what kind of gray? Like a light gray? Ooh, vintage lace. This is actually easier to sand in this area than I thought it would be. There's the middle of the pumpkin. What colors? Where do I get this sandpaper? I actually got this because you have to get the sandpaper that is, I got it from like True Value. They do carry it on Amazon. You just have to get the one that has the Velcro, like the fabric side of the Velcro on the back of it. I'm gonna do that part last. And hopefully just sand it very careful. There we go. Can't even tell now. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, this is gonna be adorable. Is it like a dark gray or a light gray? And I don't know. I really think a light brown might be cute. Let's go ahead and do some gray. Um, I want colors out here. Here's a vintage lace. This is giving me very shabby chic vibes. Going a little rogue and pulling out the blue. I need to show you guys the painting we did last night inside the DreamMakers group too, because we painted an owl on a canvas and it turned out so cool. I think we're gonna use brown. I think we're gonna use white, gray, and brown. We're gonna just do a mixture here and we're gonna see how it looks. Okay. So we know that we need to paint the owl down to here because then you have your pumpkin overlay. And what I'm thinking about what color to do. Let's do the owl first. So, what color do you think we should do the behind the pumpkin? If the owl, I was going to do them both brown. I think I still want to do that. I think I'm still going to go round. I think that's what I'm still going to do. All right, so I'm using fudge sickle. This is from Nicole. I'm afraid not. And we're going to use very little because we're going to put it on with a baby wipe and kind of do like a stain. Look. Let's get all these pieces out of the way. Those are done. All right, we're going to take a little bit, probably a little bit more than that, and we're going to rub it on. And I want it darker than that. That might be okay. And these, we just got to do those inside sections there. Okay, I think I like that. Let's take a little bit more off this one. Because I think I like the way it looks on the pumpkin. Oh yeah, I like that color. It's not the dark that's like too too dark against the light color scrapbook paper that we have. I think I like that. I think I like that. All right. So now, you guys, we could go ahead and glue these on. Let's do that. We can go ahead and glue these together. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and paint our base the same that we did here. There we go. I think I threw my baby wipe away. Silly. All right. We'll let that dry. We're going to go ahead and put these on here. We'll glue those. Look how cute this is going to be. I think that looks adorable. I do think, however, we are going to add some gray, and I'm going to do it in a different way here. I just stuck my finger right in that, didn't I? Did you miss anything important? I did a showing of our DreamMakers box. It's going to ship next week. Um, with the little owl. I showed everybody that what was going to be in it. But we're putting together this cutie right now, and we're using scrapbook paper. I'm super excited to bring this to life. And this is not one to stick very well, so I'm going to get a little clamp here. What workshop were you in? Did you have fun? Okay, there we go. Let's get one more clamp. Maybe. There it is. All right, so we're going to take a sponge, and I think we are going to do quite a bit of gray on the owl, but it's just going to be over the brown. We're just going to bring some shading in. And it's fine up here. This is all getting covered, okay? So you're not going to see any of that. Probably should have done it before we glued that bottom piece on, but I think we'll be fine. So he's got a gray tone to him now. Oh, let's get his ears, or not his ears, his little tufts up there. Okay, can you see that? Okay, so he's got a little bit of gray in there. Oh, how to use Canva for the classroom. Canva's so fun though. It was a bit overwhelming the way it was presented. Canvas is very user friendly. I will tell you that. Okay. Thank you, Angel. Um, Canva is easy once you get the hang of it. I promise. All right. So now we're gonna paint the outside of his eyes. I'm gonna use warm buff. You can't see the project, you're just seeing me. I mean, we have the two. At the very beginning, I did do everybody else can see the overhead camera, right? I don't know, Winona. So I'm darkening that up just a little, the warm buff, in with a little bit of this chocolate sprinkle for the edges of his eyes here. All right. And then these are going to be white. These might take a coat or two. It's okay. Hello, Maureen. How are you? We're going to use vintage lace. And then we're probably going to use um, paint pens on all the flowers. Look at all the flowers we have to do. This is going to take a couple coats. Not sure what that is, but let's get it out. There we go. All right, let's glue these on here. And we can glue on our arms and our pumpkins too. So what color, maybe we should burnish the edges of the pumpkin. So what do you think? The pumpkin is this pink color. Should maybe we take this dark color here and it would be like, let's do that. That might be pretty. This cranberry wine, it's going to be like that dark. Let's do that and do burnishing around the edges of the pumpkin. And let's try and do it on the scrapbook paper and see if that works. Scrapbook paper is a little bit thick, but I think it might work. This feels like it's got paint on it still. And that's the worst. There we go. That's better. All right. Technology has not been your friend today. I get it. I'm going to tell you the same thing. I mean, I've had a day with AT&T. Boy, oh boy. Look at that. Let me try to get it closer in the camera up here to where you can see that blending. Looks really good. Let's do this side. Try and get it the same. And it's okay if it gets on his feet because he has feet that we're going to put on him. And we didn't do the bottom down here, so let's do that. I really like that color on here. This was a color we used last night in our Zoom paint night for DreamMakers as well. This was what color I painted the little cherry blossoms. Let's see if it looks okay with the brown in between, because we might have to incorporate some. I really do want to. Or does that look okay? I think it might look okay. Does it look okay? I think it does. I think it does. All right. Let's paint his feet and get them on there. We're going to do this light color right here. Perfect. And then we're going to glue that right there. Let's do some burnishing on that too. You had to deal with AT&T today as well. Yeah, so irritating. I just wanted to cancel something because it was such a long story. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Let's try this so we can burnish around the edges and get it glued on. Let's go ahead and put a second coat on her eyes. And then I think we can start maneuvering to, what color should his little thing on the top of his head be? So we could stain that brown again and just do a little bit more of the gray. That might be fun. Maybe we'll try that. because I think that's a good idea, unless somebody else has a better idea. Could you add some cranberry? That's what I'm thinking, Angie. I'm going to. I think it does need it. It's just going to be a little bit. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. We're just going to have to very softly in that edge. To where we're kind of getting the blending the same. It's hard to do though when you're on the top of a piece like this. I think that's better. I think that's going to help a lot actually. Don's got something in his eye. All right, that one's done. Let's get this one done. There's something in his eye still. All right, let's let that dry. What color did we decide we're going to do this? Oh no, did it glue down? I think the next thing I would love to see you teaching is blending. Good to know. Good to know. I am feeling better today. Yes. Yes. Let's go ahead and pop them in here and let it dry. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Look at her. All right, so I'm thinking let's do this. Let's do some of the darker brown up here. Let's get a little bit darker on it. Ooh, I like that where I did the edges dark and then I like that. And then I think we're going to do the gray and do more of the burnishing shading on there. I'm glad you caught me too, Pam. It was good to see you. All right, now let's take our gray. I keep losing my sponges here. And we're gonna bring this. We're gonna do this heavy on this, okay? See how that's really heavy over the whole thing? Can you see the difference? Both of those? There we go. Still feel like it's heavier on that side. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more here. There we go. That's better. I love that. So cute. All right, let's put a glue dot and a glue dot. And then I think we can go ahead and put these on too. And I think I have these on the right side. As long as they're lined up with the edge, you're fine. So I think what I'm going to do, we have a little heart here that goes right here in the middle. I think we're going to paint that cranberry color. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I love it. I love it. Let's put our pumpkin on. Let's go ahead and put this on. Let's do this one first. Who has this piece? It's been in the shop for a couple weeks and he just kind of flew under the radar, I think. It's Let's get a little bit more of that darker color in there. There we go. That's cute. You guys, I think this is going to be, this was totally not the vibe I was thinking of until I got down here to actually go live and craft you. I had something completely different in my mind, something completely different. I am loving this though, I think. All right, let's glue this down. However, should we did talk about burnishing the edges of these flowers or these pumpkins. It's a flower on the pumpkin, but we did talk about burnishing those. So let's see if we can do that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's going to be gorgeous. Oh, maybe we should do this to his wings too. Let's get a little bit more. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so gorgeous, you guys. You guys got to get these. You got to get it. I think he would be cute done. So I would love to see him gray. I mean, there's just so many ways that you can bring this little thing to life. Let's go back around one more time here. Oh, that's so gorgeous, you guys. All right, we're going to slide this right in there. And then, is that right? This one goes here. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. Oh my goodness, look how precious he's looking, you guys. Oh my goodness. Did I repost the video for the interchangeable frame? I don't think I reposted it, but I thought I tagged you in it. I'll have to look again. You keep saying you're not adding owls to your collection. You think you're not going to be listening to yourself. That's me. I didn't do owls at all, and I just have lately. I just have lately. Um, I'm thinking about a dark gray, honestly, for around the edges, or should I not? Let's just do the brown. Let's just bring that color out a little bit. Where is the brown? Where did the brown go? Here it is. Let's get a lot of this dark brown in it. And this probably should have been done before I glued it on, but oh, that looks so good. That looks so much better. See how it just darkened it up a little bit and made it softer around the edges. Just made it softer around the edges. That turned out really cute. So here's another thing that I'm learning is you're going to get a different look when you hold your brush or your sponge on if you're going up the side of the board or down the side of the board. Here I'm going up, but if you go down, you're going to get a different angle and you're going to get a different, your paint's going to look different. Two different techniques. All right, I think I'm loving it. Let's get a little bit more on his feet here. Maybe not. That's all right. I'm loving it. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Oh, yes, because it's on, yes. So it's on YouTube. I remember now. Let's do, man, we have some cute stuff to put on this now. Let's say we're going to put that right there and we're going to layer flowers, but we got to find the right colors. All right, so we need a green. We need a green. Let's let's take this out. That's just a holder. It goes there. So those will be green. These will do black. Those are going to be his little eyes. These are leaves. This is greenery. This is a leaf. This is his nose. Oh, wait a minute. That's his nose. I guess you could overlay it. Whatever. All right. And then these are the flowers. These. Um, we're gonna paint one of the flowers that pretty burgundy color. We're definitely gonna do that. I think we're gonna use some of this sage mint. We're gonna use that. We are going to use some, we're gonna use burgundy. How about let's pull in some of this blue from our, let's do the wisteria. And we could do some light pink. Let's see what we get. What we get. It's funny to you because you never think there is a box. You have to confess, I doubted your vision on this one, but I love it. I really struggle with outside the box. So that's it. It's funny to me because you never think outside the box. I wanted to use that scrapbook paper, and I'm going to tell, like I said, I did not have this vision coming into it. This isn't, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm glad you like it. Thank you, Deborah. All right. Let's do, because we're going to have some white accents in here as well. So we're going to need more of this green. And we can also go ahead and paint his eyes and get those on there too. And we'll just do those with a paint pen. Let's do that real quick so they're out of the way. Let that dry and then we'll paint the other side. There we go. There we go. Trying to open your thinking. So that's what I was saying earlier. Kind of the way we've done the flower paintings inside the VIP group and just the progression of doing those. You can see thinking outside of the box more each week because you're learning different things to apply to this one thing. And so you do start learning. Your creativity grows the more you use it. All right. So this was our cactus from Nicole, Afraid Not. And honestly, I don't know that I want that sage mint. I don't. I want cottage green. Cottage green is really cute. You think his feet should be black or yellow? Let's do him yellow like his beak. Because I'm not loving him. Let's put some black in there. Yep. Or some yellow. What do you think? Oh no, Benita, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Brenda. All right, so we're going to use the cottage green on these. A little bit brighter colors than what you might normally see in August, but you could do these little leaves, man. You could have fun with these. Just blending all kinds of oranges and reds and so much stuff. You could have a lot of fun with these leaves. I'm just using a little bit brighter colors, but I think they're going to turn out adorable. These are trash. All right, so let's go ahead and put our eyeballs on. That is not where I wanted it. There we go. Probably should have put those closer out, right? Still like that. They're not quite in the middle, but I think they're good. And we were going to do this one, the burgundy color. So let's go ahead and do that. Come back here. All right. And so I think that we're going to do this white little ring that goes around it. And then this goes in the middle. And I think I'm going to do that white too. There we go. That's going to be cute. Should we do yellow or black on his feet? I'm thinking we should do a yellow, like this sunset gold. And we'll do his nose that way his nose isn't the only thing that's yellow. But we are going to dry brush a bunch of yellow on that. Oh no, does your YouTube freeze? Bummer. All right, let's get some yellow out. Black? Should we do black? I'm really drawn to yellow for some reason. I'm going with it. I'm going rogue. I'm gonna probably have to paint this on with my hand a little bit. Because I don't want to get it on my pumpkin. All right, I think that's gonna look good. Let's do his nose here. Let's get a little bit of white going on it real quick. All right. Let's let that sit and dry because that's probably going to be another, that's going to probably need another coat. All right. So let's do one more coat on this. And then I think we should bring in, we said we were going to bring in this wisteria color, didn't we? Oh, that's too much. And then pink. And we only need a little bit of this one. Well, we only need a little bit of all of them, but. All right. My back is hurting. Sounds like it's chiropractor time. All right, what am I doing? We were going to do one more coat on these. This is a really good green. I like this cactus. And if I have a darker, which I'm going to use the brown on it to burnish some of the edges, but on these we can take this darker one and go over the edges. There you go. So it's kind of highlighted in the middle. It's probably hard to see a little bit. Cute. I've been loving layering paints like this recently. I just love the way they turn out and look. Let's do the white around the edge on this one. But just a little bit. And we're going to lay them out and place them. I am going to glue these together, but we're going to lay them out and place them before we actually glue them to see how we want them set. That is so cute. Now to get this lined up, I need to go upstairs and get my little gift you got for me, Deb. My little tool. All right, that's super cute. All right, so I think we're gonna put this here. Where'd my brown go? Let's do some brown on the edges of these a little bit. I really want to zoom in more for you guys though. I just think I want you to see. Does that help? Can you see the blending a little bit more? Okay, so look at the difference. There's white and there's blended a little bit more. You can see it just softens the edges just a little bit. And let's do a little bit of dark around these too. I'm not taking away the brown or that darker green. I'm just adding two. So you can layer in like this when you are using these sponges. You just get paint all over your finger when you do it like this. So, oops, that almost went in the white paint. All right, let's get this last coat on his little beak here so we can glue it on. Let's just glue this one in here for support because we're going to put the big one on. I don't think that was supposed to cut. Oh, there's a gnat. All right, so we have this color. We might take that down here though, and do the blue flower up here. We'll just have to see what we think. All right, so let's do this one blue. Oop, I lost my comments. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. The blending shows up really well. Mhm. Cheryl, you got some happy mail. I love it. All right, this is definitely a lot not the blue that I want, but I think we're going to go with it because I think I'll just do some burnishing of the gray over the top so it kind of tones it down some because that's super blue, but it's fine. Um, we have a couple other little ones here. I don't really know where I'm going to place them yet, but we'll do that one. And then let's do this one in the yellow. Okay. This goes over this. Let's do that in the yellow as well. And I think I might do some yellow on these edges. I think I like the yellow better. Yeah, I like that better. All right, let's glue this down. No, let's do the gray first. That's green. I want gray. Is it dry? I think it's dry enough. Okay, this does tone it down. That's exactly what I wanted. Put some yellow on that one. Let's put some red on this one. And then this one, I don't think we're going to use it. I don't think we're going to use it. All right, let's put all this stuff on here now. Let's put it together. Oh, let's do a little bit of dark brown around his nose, though. Let's get a little bit more dark brown. I bet that was a fun night making them all, Deb. I love that. See how I went over the top quite a bit more with that? That side is just heavy with it, and this side isn't. Oh, I love it. All right. I think the yellow was a good idea so that his beak wasn't kind of standing out in the open like it wouldn't Let's get a little bit more glue in there. I don't really know why it's not wanting to connect, but there we go. This is the little precious owl I've ever seen. This is Drew to the Travel Paints. I love it. That was so nice. All right, so we're gonna kind of layer, okay? And we're gonna kind of put it together to see what we want to do. Because I'm not quite sure how I want it laid out yet, though. This looks really bright, though. So let me take it down a tone. Oh, that looks so much better. All right, so let's do one of these here. Let's put it like that. So this, oops. So this is going to go here, but we can add more. We can put that there. Actually, let's put this. Let's put this in the middle. So we're going to glue those there and that like that. And we'll glue that there. I like that. Um, let's glue this yellow piece on. Mm. Oh, she connected it to her puppy. That is so cute. Those hats were so adorable. They were napkins. I loved those. So cute. All right, that looks really good. And since it's not going to be right next to that, or should we put this one down here? I think we're going to leave it at the top. And then let's see, we'll put this one here. We'll do those like that. And we have a couple other little. All right, I think I love this. All right, so we're going to put this one here. So just have fun with all these little pieces. You can put some up at his on top of his hair. Have fun with them. You can put them wherever you want. Let's put this one down last. Let's figure out because these are going to stick real soon. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's turn that one a little bit that way. All right. And let's put glue here on the top of that one and then the top of this. And that's where that's going to go. This is adorable. And then let's do these down here. So we'll do this one first, like that. And then we'll do this one. And then we'll do this one. This one probably needs it on the tip up here. Ooh, that's a lot. Hold on, that's a lot of paint or glue there. There we go. That's gorgeous, you guys. What color would you guys use? I think she's just precious. I think she's absolutely precious. All right, so we have a few more pieces we can use if we want. Let's go ahead and do. I don't know that I'm going to use this one, honestly. I could nestle it in here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that there. And then this we can put there, and this one we can put there. I love it. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All right, put him in there. Just nestle them right there. I'm going to put this one right here on the edges of these two pieces. My goodness, this is so precious. And we're going to do this one right here on that. It's probably a lot of glue. Do you love them, Kathy? Do some gray or white varnishing on the heart. I think yes, I think you're right. And I think gray would be a good idea. Look how precious this is. Oh my goodness. See, we should have done this before we did the heart, before we glued it on. But I don't always do things the right way. Oh my goodness, I love it. I am gonna grab my white paint pen real quick. What glue am I using? It is the Stick Fast. It is from a place called Rockler, Rockler. I had a white paint pen. And I can post a link for it for sure. I don't know where my white paint pen went. That's all right. We'll just use our little daughter tool. Where'd our daughter tool go? Who knows where that went too? Well, I just lost everything this morning on our live, didn't we? That's too big. I want to do um little tiny dots just right at the top of his eye. There we go. Perfect. See, it just kind of highlights him a little bit. Here is the Stick Fast if you want to take and use the thick, because the thin and the medium, they're just messy. The thick is a lot better. What do you guys think? Oh my goodness. I am just in love with him. Let me get it in my paste real quick. It's going in there. See, you can tell it's going in there. It's just wanting to be difficult on me now. Well, let's just sand it down. It was sticking. It just wants to be difficult. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it in there. Maybe I may not have to glue it in there because it's going to be pretty sturdy. There we go. My goodness, that is so precious. Oh my goodness, I am in love. Have you ever seen anything cuter? Oh my goodness. If you guys don't have an obsession with owls right now, just wait till we're done with the month because these are absolutely adorable. And I think he is just so cute to have on your nightstand or anywhere in your home. And then when you walk by it, what does the owl remind you of? There's so much symbolism we could give to this. The wisdom, seeing in the dark, from the owl and the pumpkin. Man, there's so much that we can learn from the pumpkin too. That is absolutely precious. I love the scrapbook paper we used. Right, Carol? Isn't she adorable? I love the scrapbook paper we used. This was actually a flower, and those were flowers on our wings. I love it. I am obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. Adorable, right? So cute. Here you can see it up. Oops. Well, hold on. Let me get it right here in the camera. There we go. Isn't he so cute? Absolutely precious. Cannot wait to see your guys' owls. All right. If you are not a member of our DreamMakers group, I really encourage you to join us in there. We have a lot of fun. You get a lot more access to me, and there is just fun and good stuff happening in that group. And I want you to be a part because God is in there and it's just amazing. So comment DDM. I showed you what your box is going to be this month if you join us. All of those DreamMakers VIP boxes are going to ship next Thursday. So if you are in that group, start checking your email for your tracking starting next Thursday. All right. I love you guys as always. Thank you for joining me for this midweek pause. This is what we're going to call our Wednesday evening lives. Come and join me, set your alarm, and take a pause in the middle of the week to just nurture a little bit of your creativity together. All right. I love you guys. Bye.